This is a unpaid, unsponsored, unbiased, unaffiliated skate review of the Lava Skates Mike French Pro model. If any company, however, is looking for a sponsored athlete or product tester, let me know. I recently competed at Blade Hunter contest earlier this month. For the first time in my amateur career, I placed third. I wasn't aware though that Mike French was specifically sponsoring the Best Trick competition this year. I did show out and I won a free pair of lava skates as a result. I got the Mike French Pro, but I got it with a black sole plate. I didn't get it stock. I didn't get the stock frames, but that's okay because I skate flat now, so I wouldn't have used them anyway. For this contest, I skated the M12 Malva. This was my first boot, but I made a cool setup with the M12 Plus sole plate and the 5050 Prime aluminum frames. I really do like this. It's a really fast, really durable setup. I used it for the competition because I didn't want anything to break on me. So the aluminum frames gave me all the trust. And the M12 sole plates actually performed really well for all sorts of grinds. I thought the additional 5mm would be laughable at first, but it actually helps a lot. I've been getting really used to that sole plate due to the backwards deep groove. It helps a lot in terms of enforcing good technique. The Lava Skate has a similar groove. It's shallow, it's backwards, it angles the foot on royales and farbs. I don't do those tricks very much, but when I have done them, I found a lot of success with the Lava Skate. I'm using a taller frame, so I do have to bend a bit more, and it does feel very nice and secure. I've seen a lot of people switch out the stock liners for other Intuition liners, standard liners. I am keeping the stock because it's the Mike French Pro, so I'm keeping the Mike French liner. It's also very thick. I think it's very comfortable. It has these integrated top lacing holes. I think it works perfect. I don't understand why people have been switching this out. In my opinion, everything works great as it is. I did make a slight modification in that I put a USD clipper buckle on this skate, but that was honestly a mistake. This works perfect stock the way that it comes with the top strap. I changed it thinking that I needed the buckle for my ankle instability, but the 45-degree strap makes you feel so locked in that I honestly skate these with an open buckle. Speaking of the 45-degree strap and the sole plate that has no hardware other than the 2-point UFS mounting, this boot feels a lot like the UFR, but the difference is that the UFR is just so much blockier. It feels very supportive, but it feels like you're skating cement bricks when you have this skate. The Lava Skate does not feel that way. It has a good amount of flex, but not too much flex. It has this kind of work boot shape. It's very similar to the Fifth Element sizing, or fit, rather. But aside from the fit, it's nothing like the Fifth Element. The Fifth Element has floppy flex, and this does not have a floppy flex. It's very, very supportive with a good amount of medium flex. The sole plate is super large. I think it's on par with a Shadow sole plate. I'll hold the Shadow sole plate up briefly. You can see how wide that is. And then you can see how wide the Lava Skate is. That's almost identical. So because it's such a wide sole plate, I have been capitalizing on using a taller frame. I use a 6560 high-low Kaiser shift, and it performs really, really well with this kind of wide groove. Another thing that this boot has in common with the FR is these kind of sliders that it has at the top, at the front. These look like sliders, but it's actually rubber. It's not hard plastic, so I think this is more of a bumper to stop your toes from hurting when you kick the rail. I don't know what it is, but I really like it. It looks nice. There's a lot on this skate. There's these weird kind of ventilation holes. It looks similar to the Gen 1 sway. I have the Robbie Pitt sway here. You can see that this also has holes on it. I call them ventilation holes, but ventilation isn't even possible through a liner, so they're just kind of there to be overly designed. I like a overly designed skate though. I like that this has ventilation holes. I like that it has this rubber stopper. the 45-degree strap, the different colors, all of these lines, everything. I like a dork skate. I don't like when a skate looks too clean, like the M12 or the Them skate. They all have the sleek, look to them, and I like for a skate to look crazy, like a superhero sketcher, and that's kind of what this gives off. With the black sole plate, it looks kind of like the Eugen Ennen skate, but a hard version. And anybody who's been hating on the new Eugen Ennen boot is just an old head hater because that skate looks amazing. In terms of performance, like I said, it's really supportive. With this frame combination, it's been very fast. The wide sole plate helps a lot in terms of top sides. I've been able to just kind of slap my tricks on, completely blind, effortless, and everything locks in there sharp. They slide really well. This is a hard sole plate, so it works good on everything. I haven't been having to wax my obstacles much, if at all. You can visibly see the line from the injection molding, and it also does have the holes in it. So I was very nervous about durability, but this was a free skate. So if I had to replace any parts, I didn't feel like I was taking any losses. I've been product testing it, and it does hold up. I've been doing heel crushing on my Misty flips, on my jumping the stairs, everything. And there's been no cracking. There's been no wobbliness. Everything is really, really durable. So I would say if you intend to skate big, definitely this is the skate for you. If you like more of a sharp USD Throne or M12 pointed kind of boot that's very sleek and narrow, good for carving on bowls and things like that, maybe the Lava Skate isn't the best skate for you. But if you do like a wide fitting Fifth Element, a wide sole plate like a USD, if you like a very careless and very comfortable skate, then the Lava Skate is definitely for you. It's very durable, like I said. So if you intend on going big, if you skate acrobatic, it's really good. The plastic hasn't been eroding fast. So if you're a street skater as well, I would say they're definitely good for that as well. Mike French skates them street. They seem to hold up well for him. It comes with a stock shock absorber that works really well. I've been doing a lot of heel crush landings, and I don't feel like I feel any impact on my heels or on my knees at all. Everything is really supportive with the hard plastic in combination with a thick liner and rubber shock absorber. I would say that this is perfect for all skill levels, but especially for beginner and intermediate. I don't think they had very many sizing. I could be incorrect. I'll put the sizing on the screen. But I know that the sizing did stop at about 10.5 to 11. So if you are a Sasquatch kind of skater, this might not be the brand for you, but they work really, really well. I got them in 8 to 9, and I would say that they're very true to size, very wide, and very comfortable. I'll play the footage of how they perform now. Thank you. Unofficial skate ranking for all the skates that I own. The FR has to be the absolute worst in terms of performance for an aggressive skate. It's too blocky, feels too chunky, very fast, very supportive, very strong, but just too blocky, not good for grinding. Sorry, Nick. I know you really wanted me to enjoy this skate. I'm going to use it as a recreational skate. The Gen 1 Sways Robbie Pitts model. I have a lot of bitterness with this skate because the first two models broke on me, but when they sent me the new and improved plastic, it's been doing great. I would say this skate is a 8 out of 10. It's almost perfect. Super wide sole plate, very supportive high cuff, but it's that M12 narrow kind of fit. It feels like Chinese foot binding. I wish that this skate would have been wider, or I wish that I would have upsized instead of gotten my true size. Very, very good boot. Very, very narrow boot, however. The USD Shadow 1.0, 2.0, Eugen Ennen, Dustin Latimer, Chris Farmer Shadow, Team Shadow. It doesn't matter what shadow you get. These are the absolute worst skates of all time. Even after 1,000 modifications, these skates are terrible. I only ever use them to be different because they're over-engineered, goofy-looking skate. But in terms of performance, they absolutely suck. Don't ever get USD Shadows. These are a waste of your money. All they do is break. They're very comfortable if you can get them to work right. But then all they do is break and the parts don't exist. And they don't even work like a good skate. They feel like a sandal 2x4 with wheels on it. I wouldn't use these skates other than skating a P-rail or doing like a game of Blade. They're very good. They're too heavy. They flex too much. They're not for me. I would give these skates a 6 out of 10. The Dominic Bruce Mesmer is wonderful. It's everything that the M12 and Fifth Element should have been. It's wide fitting, but it looks sleek. It carves nice, and it has a wide enough sole plate. It has an interesting groove that forces good technique and backwards angle. It's tall, higher cuff, so it's very supportive. It's stiff, but it's not too stiff. It's a very, very good boot. I would say this skate is a 9 out of 10. The only thing that could improve this skate is a better 45-degree feel on the forefoot, but you could easily fix that with lacing pattern. The M12 is awful. It's a horrible skate for aggressive skating, but the M12 Plus with the extra 5 millimeters, maybe it goes to show that I suck at locking my tricks in, but it makes all of the world of the difference. And I think with the M12 Plus sole plates, this is a absolute perfect 10 out of 10 skate. If you can fit into it, however, I skate a size 10, which is a half size too big for me, and I use the foam pieces to size down. So that's how I use this boot. If you are a narrow-footed individual, this is a perfect skate. If you are not, you need to upsize. Now, in terms of the lava skate, it's just absolutely perfect in every single way. The sole plate is more than generous. The material has enough flex, but also enough stiffness. The cuff is the perfect height. The 45-degree strap increases the performance by tenfold, makes you feel super secure to the point where you don't even need the buckle. It's just a wonderful skate. If you like a over-engineered look, if you like a very careless feeling, aggressive style, then this is the perfect skate. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Very good for acrobatic, very good for technical. That is all. Again, I'm not trying to glaze. However, lava skates, if you do want to put me on, if you do want to send me another pair of skates, let me know. I am a free agent. If any wheel company wants to get at me, let me know. Mushroom Wheels, I'm looking at you. Closing statements, USD, if this video reaches you, please make more shadow parts and redeem yourself. Please make a more classic shadow, not the Eugen Ennen shadow. Nobody likes a shadow with laces. That's not how they're supposed to be made. Thank you, Blade Hunter and Houston, Texas blading community for the win, for the competition, for all the fun, and the opportunity to win these amazing skates. Thank you for all the blessings. Much love. And hopefully, I can see everybody at Oklahoma Showdown. Thank you.
Oh!